Yeah, my name is Emily Foster. I am a VFP major at MTSU, and I'm a senior. Yeah.
Now, before we get into this interview, I gave Emily a hearing test so I could get a handle on what she's actually missing in her dynamic range. Now, while Emily takes this test, we're going to take one of our own. I'm going to play a frequency sweep for y'all, and you're just going to make a mental note of what you can and cannot hear. Now, Emily's results are quite interesting. Anything below about the 400 range is completely bottomed out. She cannot hear it at all. And anything above the 6.3K range, she hears more sensitively than the average person. So, Emily, could you describe some of your experiences with hearing before you got your hearing aids?
Everyday life, um, it was kind of weird because, like, I didn't know low end sounds existed. So, like, footsteps or, um, like, impact noises. I heard, like, smacks, but not like the thunk. I never heard that stuff, so I didn't really know it existed. But other than that, other things were like way louder, and it would very much hurt. Like I couldn't listen. Like if I was in the car and a police was like running by us, it would like hurt really bad, and I'd have to cover my ears. I was never able to go to movie theaters without like these sponge plug things and really thick noise canceling headphones. Um, but even then, if I would wear that and go in, all of the like music and sound effects, I was fine because this was muffling it. But then at the same time, I wouldn't get the audio. So I'd have to like take the headphone off to listen to them speak, and then something would happen. I'd be like, ow, and then off and ow, constantly throughout the entire movie. Or like if things were like really loud music wise or sound effects wise and people were talking, I'd just miss what they say altogether. Um, and I also wasn't able to go to concerts or anything like that, like especially fireworks, which fireworks was bad safety wise because the boom and everything like that was okay because I was wearing my like assistants, but I couldn't hear people, so they'd be lighting a firework and I couldn't hear them if they were like watch out or lighting it or anything like that. So there have been many times in my life where I've almost been like shot by fireworks on accident.
Now, to give you a better idea of what it's like to hear like Emily, we can start talking about dynamic range of voices. The typical female voice has a range from 171 hertz to about 264 hertz, and the male vocal range goes from about 86 hertz to 156 hertz. Now, this does not encompass the entirety of human speech. Most of the perceivable human voice lies around 250 hertz to about 5000 hertz. And most of the upper band of that is the plosive and consonant sounds, with the most notable differences in speech lying around 250 hertz to 5000 hertz. Now, the band of understanding human speech is rather broad. You can understand human speech with a cutoff before 2000 hertz, and you'd still probably be able to make out what that person is saying. So let's see an example. This is a clip of Emily with everything prior to 2000 hertz cut.
I said that I couldn't go to concerts. I couldn't listen to live music because everything was like so loud. Um, but my friends got together and without me even knowing, and I cried, I might cry, oh my god. But they all got together, they piled their money together, and they got this device.
Now, if we tweak the EQ on this just a little bit to reflect Emily's sensitivity towards the higher band, we can create something that sounds sort of like what it's like to hear like Emily.
I said that I couldn't go to concerts. I couldn't listen to live music because everything was like so loud. Um, But my friends got together, and without me even knowing, and I cried, I might cry, oh my god. But they all got together, they piled their money together, and they got this device.
I just want to point out that that rasp you hear underneath the vocal track is not static. That is something she is actively hearing. Now, Emily, after getting your hearing aids, what are some sounds that you noticed a lot more, as well as your experiences after getting your hearing aids?
Footsteps. I couldn't hear footsteps. I didn't know those made noise. And it's so weird because working on film sets as a film student, and you see the audio department follow like people's feet with the boom poles. I was like, why are they doing that? Like, that makes no sense. And then I was on a set recently for the first time where I did get to hear those things. That was wild. I didn't know that, especially different footsteps on different floors. That was insane. Because, like, the sound on hardwood versus carpet, that's crazy. I didn't know that was a thing, but it's a thing and it's weird. Um, what's some other sounds that I didn't hear before? Um, Zippers, like red, like hoodie zippers. They sound completely different than what I heard. It's honestly kind of cool. Like the sound, it's cool because like it just sounds cool. I yeah. It's kind of a toss up between like voices and just sounds that the world makes. Cause like going outside in the mornings, I hear everything. I hear birds, I hear cars, I hear the wind, and I never heard that stuff before. So every time in the morning now when I go out, I'm just like, "Ee," I hear things now. And another special thing has been voices. Um, because like men's voices, especially because they're lower, I had a hard time hearing them. But now I can hear them. One thing that hit me really, really close to home was my family's voice. Because, like, my dad had always been very low speaking. Like, I couldn't really hear what he was saying. I had to read his lips a lot of the time. Um, but when I got my hearing aids and I heard his voice, it was clear. It was. Fuck, I'm gonna start crying. It was like I could actually hear him. And I, like, started bawling my eyes out immediately. Because, like, you hear your parents for the first time, like actually clearly. And then when I heard my mom, I started crying, especially when I heard my baby cousin, who I helped raise. When I heard him like laugh, it was literally like the world itself got brighter. Like everything just felt just amazing. Like it was crazy.